Welcome to World of Monsters. I'm Monster Master Arthur, and I'm making this video as per request of the werewolf transformation in the Underworld movie. So watch the clip, I hope you enjoy it, and stay tuned for my thoughts about it at the end of the video. Alrighty, so as you can see, Underworld has a nice mix of CGI and practical effects. Although for the transformation itself, as you can see, it's mostly just CGI. I would have to say that the good approach that they did to the whole CGI transformation is how blocky they made it. These are clips obviously from Underworld, the first Underworld movie. I believe in the next Underworld movies, they sped up the transformations. I'd have to take a look at them again, but overall they're pretty similar. In many parts of the movies they are even faster. And I'm more of a fan of the slower ones, especially when you're going CGI. It's very easy using CGI to go and shift a human from looking like a human to animal, and even easier to go from human to werewolf, which is, more of a hybrid human-animal. So I definitely appreciate in this movie that they didn't totally make it too fast in this first Underworld, and you can see how it kind of blocks in the forms. I really like that feature. That's sort of original, I think, to the werewolf transformations in this movie. You see it in other movies, such as what's the movie called? Another good werewolf movie. I believe it's Bad Moon, and the werewolf there blocks into, but the CGI and the practical effects are definitely not on par at the level of this movie. Some nice work on the transformations in this movie. It's top-notch CGI for that time frame, for during when this movie was made. One thing that I noticed is you see one of the transformations taking place at the subway, and then you see that similar transformation taking place again later on in a different Underworld scene. So it just looks like, actually, I don't want to get any directors, producers, or artists pissed off at me. I'm sure that big moviegoers have noticed this, but it's probably the same capture. They use the same capture of the transformation, maybe with different camera angles, and then apply different lighting to make it appear with different backgrounds. So it looks like they used the same one, actually. I wouldn't have noticed this except for I was asked to do a more in-depth view on the transformations of this movie. So you can't blame them. It still looks fine. Nobody would have noticed that in a movie as long as this is. So I think I've said pretty much everything. CGI versus practical. I don't think this is the right time or setting to talk about that. I get comments on my werewolf transformation video almost pretty much daily about people arguing what's better, CGI or practical effects. People are fans of, the American Werewolf in London as being the best werewolf transformation on film, or other people go with like the Van Helsing one. Oh yeah, and there's a lot of practical effects supporters for the original Howling, the first Howling movie. Well, the Howling movies in general. So let me know what you think, and I'm thinking about doing a reaction video to that video, not as a reaction to my own video, but to kind of address the comments and let people know what I think. If you want me to make such a video about what do I think is better, practical or CGI, computer effects, so let me know and I'll make a video on that. I almost forgot, of course, one of the greatest things about the first Underworld, the Abomination. I loved the creature, the character, the concept of that Abomination. Was very cool, powerful, and where the transformation on that, let me see here real quick. Of course, that's for another video as well. I might make a video on the abomination itself a bit later. I think that deserves a video of its own. But just a quick note on the abomination transformation. It's cool. It's cool what they did because they went. Okay, I'll just say real quick. I don't want to spoil it and mess it up. But the great thing about it is, as he transforms, he goes into werewolf form first, and then he goes back to a humanoid form. So that's really cool. That's for another time. Guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. CGI practical. Do you like the fast transformations, or you like the slower, more detailed ones? As I've said, in this movie, it seems that they're mostly just CGI created. They're not too fast, not too slow, maybe a little bit quick, but this movie is more of a action horror movie rather than, you know, a thriller, a scary horror type of movie. So basically the transformations fit the context. So when you guys talk about these transformations or other, you know, effect stuff in movies, you gotta think about the context. Is it a scary movie? Are you supposed to be hearing the bones crackle? Well, that's always a great thing, but is that the main point, or is the main point it changing and then the action that occurs after the scene? So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know this video was a little bit different, but, you know, anytime you guys comment or make requests, I always read that, so stick around and check the rest of the channel out and see what other monstrosities we have going on out there. Until next time, this has been Monster Master Arthur.